Hello, good evening. It's when is it? Saturday night. So a whole week has passed, almost. Nearly 6 days has passed since the engine went in. I've not done that much to the car. I've got to be honest this week with work and track days and stuff. Hard life, I know. But this morning I did get the diff mounted. So that's all in now. It's all spaced. I do need to torque the bolts, which I'm going to do right now, and I also need to put oil in the diff because I was missing a part. I was missing a tool, so I had to buy. I'm sure this is the sort of tool that I buy every like 5 years when I need one, and then I've got no idea where they go. So I've probably got loads of these somewhere. So the plan is, because the diff is in place, I'll use my oil pump that I use for the gearbox on the Lotus, which gets way too much use. Torque up the bolts, and then we can call the diff done finally after a week. So we'll report back very soon. Okay, diff is all now oiled up. Still got the key in there just to remind me to give it a little tweak later. Put in the 800mm as per the manual. Yeah, so I think that's finally differential done. I've put the prop shaft bolts in, but obviously I can't torque those until I've got the ability to put the car in gear and put the handbrake on and whatever else just to lock it in place. So I'll have to come back to those later. But I have been doing quite a lot of other work tonight. Just starting to put wiring into what I hope will be its final position, clipping it all to the chassis and making sure it's all IVA friendly and things like that. Just playing catch up on the work that Jake did for me on the plumbing hoses, just to figure out what I need to do there. I did a few more clips. You have to drill a hole for a rivet into this part of the engine block here. Done that. Still a few bits to tidy up, obviously, but I just thought I'd kind of finish this video because one of the things I'd need to do is run the throttle cable into the pedal box. There's a lesson Lotus need to learn here. All I had to do was whip off that cover and the pedal box is accessible, which is, for anybody who's ever done work on a Lotus pedal box will know, it's a massive pain in the cock. So yeah, I need to do a couple of bits here just to run that cable in there. And you can see there's a few bits of, like there's an adjustable throttle stop, for instance, a few other bits and pieces. So really nice to know that's accessible for the future. So yeah, do a couple more jobs, probably call it for this video. And up next is, what is next? Okay, just a few more engine bay bits. But I think once the engine bay is tidied up, the next significant activity will be the rear suspension. So that might be the next video. We'll see how we go. Good morning, Sunday morning. I actually did loads last night after I stopped recording. Well, say loads. It seems like there was no progress, but there was lots of little tiny things hidden away, just clipping cables away, tidying up hose runs. My wife's phoning me. Sorry, we're back again. What was I saying? Yeah, so just clips a bunch of hoses and cables away and things like that. And the plumbing really is close to done. There's two kind of question marks from the manual. One is the oil catch tank, which is completely undocumented. I don't know if it's a case of road cars don't get this, maybe. I mean, they can't do, actually, because it lives there where the heater would go. So maybe it's just that's why it's missing from the manual. But what you get is this bag, which wasn't labelled at all, but I've inferred from what's in it that this must be the stuff for the catch tank. So there's a bracket that it slides into, so I'm probably going to rivet that onto the bulkhead there, and then these little adapter things. So I'm guessing they go in the top of the catch can. And in terms of the plumbing for it, the engine came fitted with this. Is it this one? Yeah, this hose here. And it's attached to underneath the inlet manifold somewhere. So that's, I guess, the return, which Caterham kindly pre-plumb before the inlet manifold and stuff goes on, because it would be difficult to do. And then there's this blanked off here on the cam cover, so presumably that's the outlet for it. So I guess I'm going to do that today. Going to get that sorted. And then the other question mark is the heater plumbing. So again, the manual assumes that you've got heater. So there's a blanked off coolant nozzle there, and then the other side is on the oil to water cooler near the oil filter, and normally that would come around here into the heater matrix, gubbins there, then back round. So I just need to do all of that without the heater matrix, obviously, and this, affectionately known as the submarine, has got the temp sensor in it, so that goes in as part of that plumbing. So get that done this morning, and then in theory you can fill it with coolant at that point. So yeah, that's the goal. I'll check back. Good, okay. So I've got the holes drilled for the backing plate. So I'll pop those rivets in now. Get the hoover and clear that up. Probably inside as well. Yeah, clear that up. And then what I'll probably do is just dab a little bit of black paint inside the holes, just to avoid any potential. Even though it's aluminium, can't hurt to protect that. I'm not going to be able to drill the holes in the top of the catch can for the pipes to go in, because I think 19mm is the only size hole saw I don't have. So get one of those bought, but I can still trim the hoses and get everything ready. So yeah, I'll report back shortly. Good evening, back again, Sunday night. Done a load more work in the engine bay. Connected the starter motor up. These, obviously the battery cables need a bit of organising. And some other bits and pieces. Coolant hose plumbing is all done now. So I've got the submarine plumbed in down here with the temp sensor. All the jubilees have been checked, double checked, triple checked. So I'm going to fill this with coolant shortly. Just make sure there's no obvious leaks. What else have I done? Feels like I've done loads of work and I don't have much to talk about. So in theory now the car has power. I say in theory, I know it does, because I heard the fuel pumps prime when I put the battery isolator in. So now we've got a little bit of life on our gauges. So 0 miles, look at that. My first ever brand new car, by the way. A few things beeping, presumably that's a mobiliser, who knows. We'll get onto all that later. So I'm going to isolate it now and leave it isolated for a while I get on with other stuff. But indicators on. Yeah. The lights, the interior lights work, look. Yeah, so I will carry on going. I'm guessing there's an oil pressure gauge somewhere. What do you think this is? Oil? Yeah, it's got to be oil pressure. So there's an oil pressure gauge somewhere that I need to plumb in, because that shouldn't be showing full. So yeah, something to work on. I will report back later.